Hello, everyone. I'm back on. Um, I was told to bring this up, and I hope you know it sinks in. Um, I was I was doing something I can't remember, but anyway, I kept hearing 1800s, 1800s. So, mm, um, grandparents came through. Some were mine, and I don't know who the others were, but they were saying for me to say, you need to wake up. And they kept saying that. I'm awake. They weren't telling me. Um, they were saying that people need to stop being in fear um, about changes. They had to go through it. You know, things change every day, every second. You know, I mean, so far, you know, whatever, how old you are or whatever, from the time you were a baby until whatever your age is now, you got through it. But now, everybody is talking about change and everything, or maybe it started way before. Why all of a sudden everyone is, you know, they're telling me that, people are afraid of moving on because you're fearful of what's coming. Okay? Why? Now, with them of saying 1800s to get out of that state is, see, back then, women weren't allowed to work. And I said this before, they all had to stay home, whatever. But, you know, it was like whatever a man said, the woman had to do. But the thing is, did anyone ever ask those women what they wanted to do? No. And that continues, you know, till now. Thing is, I don't know what these women are called, but you know, they, you know, talk bad about men. I mean, men do the same. It's for both, but it's like they want to be, you know, just like man, the men or whatever. That's fine and dandy, you know. But if you want to preach about all that BS, teach somebody the right way instead of being, you know, where women are in hatred of men or men being hatred of, women because of all that. It goes both ways. Our ancestors want us to make it better, okay? But, back then, when our loved ones, our spouses, or whatever, had to go to war, you know, who all came to all these women, because the men were gone, for the factories and stuff like that, because they couldn't work, there. You all came to the women to do your work, your factory or wherever. But still, because they were women, they were still not treated right, but still. Now, apparently, from what I heard, and, my dad also said it, my grandma, which I don't know why they didn't call her Nona, but anyway, she was a hard worker. Other than, she took care of all her kids, she also took others in. She had over 100 kids that she was taking care of while her sons and her husband were in the war. My grandparents were strong. They worked. As much as they could. And they didn't take any crap off of anyone. I guess that's where I get it from. Now, I don't know what the problem is that because a woman has power of something, so as long as they're doing it right, who cares? You know, for years I watched as I was growing up, different stories. Who knows if they were true? Because, people take things and change it. So, and when I would ask about anyone in the family, like my great grandparents or my grandparents that, again, I didn't get to meet, except for one. But then, you know, people weren't allowed to see her, you know. Nobody cared, you know, about grandparents or whatever. Well, I don't know. Even when they grew up with them, they couldn't tell me anything. When I got older, I even said it. You know, I told my father, I'm working. But I still took on what he said, because I was the oldest girl, that I had to make sure everything, to take care of everything and my siblings and all that. And my older brothers, they took care of everything else. So, what is the big deal? I mean, to me, why should the men only work? Or be, I don't know, women should help if they can. And if you're married, you know, shouldn't make a difference, you know, as long as everything's getting paid, you're taking care of the whole your family. You might hear a little bit of, noise in the back, but I'll be right back. In a minute. Yes. And no. Well, like I said, when I got older, I told my dad, like I said, I'm working. And I've seen, different things or whatever. But my dad always said, and I always heard him saying, my dad caught on with the bullshit. So he always told me, and I always told others, don't take bullshit off of anyone. You need to pay attention around you. Why isn't it that, everyone can't help each other? And like I said before, you know, women also need to know how to work. Because, what are they going to do if anything happened to the man? How are they going to provide if they don't know what to do? I mean, my dad taught me how to, like I said, pay attention to bullshitters. He started teaching me boxing and all that, blah, blah, blah. But one problem he never did. And that, like I said, what happens if anything happens to, how are we going to know what to do? That's the thing. Anytime that I would ask a question, you don't need to know, baby. Not right now. Well, guess what? He passed away. And it took me years. And things, occasionally pop up. Took me years to figure out everything he had, that needed to be paid and blah, blah, blah. This is what I'm talking about. Men and women shouldn't be in competition. It's carrying over, like how gold diggers started, as my dad says, and he's telling me, or it's my grandfather, I don't know. Thing is, doesn't matter if they, the families were rich or not. They got spoiled. So they grew up expecting everything to come to them. And they didn't know what a job was. Thing is, both sides, men do it too. But the thing is, after a while, doesn't matter, man or woman, bitch and complain, oh, you don't do anything. Hold it. Are you done the drama? Mama's in the middle of something. Go play. And we'll play in a little bit. That's enough. You're done. Either go play until I'm ready, or you go to your room. Anyway, after a while, these both whatever, bitch and moan. You don't do anything. I give you money all the time and you spend it like water, or blah, 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 whatever the case is. This is how it's not only, with all that, this is how the hatred starts. Like if you break up or whatever, and you actually find your person or whatever, but because of what happened before, you bring it with you. It was a lesson that you work on with the next. I always said you should always remember your ancestors, what they did, what they accomplished, what you accomplished. You've made it through all these changes. Why all of a sudden people can't move on? With change. And, with the lies people make up. Like, for years, people tried to prevent, my DM or whatever. You do magic to prevent people's love life. But it's okay that you're in a relationship. How's that sound? Stupid. And you got pissed off because I'm a woman. You met your match. I was the setup for you. God put me because he knew that I could stop all of you. And I'm planning on it. And I did. It's not because I'm a woman, but I'm God's daughter. And he taught me well. And I guess I was the only one to, take on what he wanted. He knew. Because like I said, I could be light, which I'm always. But I know the dark too. And you don't know who I know on both sides. And also down here. I don't know any of you. And as the saying goes, it's your loss that you didn't get to know me. You thought you knew me. You might have came across me or whatever. Like how the setup started. thinking that you were setting me up, but I was actually setting yous up to catch us because you've done it before. And the ones that have been doing it since I was little, I had to wait a little to bring all of you down. Like, again, and the family part, whatever, and your friends or whoever you got, it's a large group and many groups, different ones, but all of the same. To get rid of me thinking that all of you are going to get what God gave me. It's not going to happen. Never will. So, you had the chance to know how to treat people, how to love, the right way or whatever, and to love yourself. That's where you start. For you to know what love is, you need to love yourself. I guess that was, the truth, confirmation. It starts with you. And you could still do it wherever, the sentence is. Or this is for anybody really, too. You need to start with yourself. And more good deeds that you do, you'll see, a difference. It's not going to happen right away. It depends what you did. The ones that, were pushing the karma and all that. I did that. I done that. I took care of all of that. I broke the generational curses, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit, And the saying goes, because I was chosen to, break that, that was for the whole entire family. Okay? But, and I was working on, to help others to do it. But you decided to, starting from you, to ruin your bloodline, and you're getting innocent ones, harmed because of stupidity. I mean, it's not only with the magic. But with the magic and constant over and over and over and over again, that's where I came in to set you up. I mean, it goes for the others, that just do bullying, harm, whatever. You need to work on yourself. Start, we need to start making peace. You can't imagine, well, everybody will say how the spirit is all pissed off at, about all this. Even before I had this channel, I tried to spread it out. you know. So for the ones that are doing that, you know, and for the ones who don't like that and think that they're better than you, well, get over it and be grateful that they're trying to do all that. No one's better than anyone. And I said that. Everyone has a purpose. Go find it. And it's usually what you truly love to do. And the ones need to stop spreading lies. Now, this is where, with the other video about that, the lies, for the ones who are believing all this, this is what I'm talking about. This is how, people don't, when I said that, well, how can I put it? Because I can't say much about it. So, if somebody's doing something or whatever, and everybody intervenes, you can't do that. You can't do it that way. You got to do it this way, blah, blah, blah. And constantly, in front of children or whatever, it's like you're teaching that child little by little to disrespect whoever the person is. You have to change how you think. You cannot let anyone control you. The only one that can control you is you. As long as you, do what God says. Not that he's controlling you, but you get what I mean. Doesn't matter if you are, dark or light. God controls everything. He has the say of all. Like with the dark, they're trying to teach you a lesson. But, if you don't, realize that and say, hey, this isn't really me, well, then you're locked in. You sold it, whatever. So now you have to set everything free again. If someone, already broke all that, plus whatever they didn't break, it's like a continuing cycle, and you're, in spirit, it's like that now they're going to show. Like I said in my just last video. With these groups and all that, they don't believe me. I even said it in the video that they told me, Spirit told me, that someone was saying, she's always saying that. She's a liar. Blah, 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 whatever. I didn't say when. But Wednesday was your last day. That one was the truth. And they're all picking, whatever. I'm not getting into it because I really don't care. They're picking you up, whatever. The embassies, whatever. The FBI, military, bounty hunters, you name it. All the hidden help. You don't think that, I was smart enough to cover everything? That God didn't cover everything? And with the last video, I think I said it too. You didn't think that, God didn't tell me that I had to protect every inch, every angle. That he didn't tell me. Now, you all think that people are telling me things. I agree. Thank you. Sorry. The drama begins. She's mad at me. But anyway. God tells me it all. Now, for someone to say, oh, I got confirmation is... Nope, not yet. Not yet. I'm almost done. You're done right now. Just give me a minute. Because I'm done with all this, okay? I'm almost done. Now, when someone says, I got confirmation, that is because, that, just say, whatever I put up, or whatever I'm told, and that I'm supposed to put up later or whatever, he will let whoever, something, certain words that we spoke about. And when I come back and say, oh, I got confirmation, that was, okay, you need to put the video up. Okay, drama. No. You're done. Just give me a second. Thank you. That's what confirmation means. Confirmation could be anything. An airplane. Or something, that they tell you is your confirmation thing. An airplane going by, a motorcycle. Whatever. But when, you hear it from an actual, I have, you know, certain ones, and they're really good. So when I hear it, and I come back and say, oh, confirmation, that can mean a lot of things. But the number one means it's guaranteed. And that they already got another person. That's what all that means. And, it's like, if you want to watch tarot or whatever you do or whatever, get readings from these people. Don't, think that, it's a general reading. Like what I put out. There are a lot of people with the same names. There are a lot of people with, same birthdays or, whatever. You can't, think that it's only about you. Oh, and a lot of, people have the same signs. Now I'm dealing with, all the signs. That I'm dealing with. So, and everybody knows that, well, I have others in my chart in the right places. But like I said, I'm a Cancer or Leo. I could be sweet or, But do you think I get pissed off? Oh, it's all about me when I hear, oh, it's this Cancer. And every single time, when people do that, and like an idiot, you confront the person, you draw a lot more drama. You need to know what's real and what's not. Now, with these people, like I said, with the hidden help on, if make reports. This way, more could be tacked on to their sentence, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you are guaranteed and you saw it or, heard them talking a spell, or that they're doing whatever, you don't confront them, because then you'll be in the middle of it. You go to the authorities. It's one thing of helping and speaking up, but one, you need to know if it's true, and you never confront, if it is true, you never confront a person like that or whatever it is. But also, authorities and all that, like in my case, all are being watched anyway. So I came on, to say, get out of your egos or whatever this is, blah, 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 or whatever. My situation and, whatever. You messed with the wrong person. We're highly protected. And because I'm a woman, that's God's way of his sense of humor too. Because he knew I don't take bullshit. And he knew that I would be honored to help him. He knew I was strong enough. Like I said, I got taught by the best. So when all of you get caught, I can hear it. I should have listened. She wasn't lying. She always said it that, all of you are going to get caught. I said it in a few videos. But we're still not caught. Did I give you a timeline? No. Did I tell you what day? No. So, get from there, goofball, before you get stuck. So think about it. And everything that I said should be nice and, understandable. Start spreading love, peace, and happiness. And see how it turns and helps you also. I'm not the only one that, is disgusted with, all these people, assuming, believing lies instead of confronting whoever they're lying about to see if it was true. None of you know me. I don't know you. And how all this started, yeah, I knew. But I'm not going to tell you how I knew that person. And to stop me, all of you must know who that person is. Why don't you make it easier for me? Let me know. And all the secrets that have been hidden from me. I know a few. And I'm going to find out the rest. But with all that, I said, just, I'll wait a little. But anyway, I said too much, and I want to have time, to play. and then go finish what I have to do. So I'm sending love, light, peace, happiness, and let's all get together and start to change the world. And do not criticize the ones who are trying. Be smart and join. Ciao.